limited amount of time, don't we all? Thank God I got that C. I thought it was an A minor. E minor to a C major to a G major and G major to E minor, G major A minor to a D and a G goes G minor and I think it's no, this is G major to 7. See, why did you write a song called Don't Cry when it makes people cry? You know, this is silly. I did write a song called Don't Cry. Young girls, don't cry. But it makes me cry, it makes you cry, yeah. My dad said women have no place in rock and roll. And ever since he tried to like strangle me to death like Homer Simpson and Bart Simpson one day, all I do is play girl music now. Like a bird drive, I like to pull off to the side of the road and turn up the lights and look out at the sky. Do it to remind me I'm oh so very tiny in a greater scheme of things, but sometimes it terrifies me. It's only real scary that it makes me feel serene. In a way I thought I'd never been, that I have never been. Grounded and humbled and one with everything. To be grounded and be humbled and be one with everything. Rock and roll is fun, but if you've ever heard someone say you were huge, look at the moon, look at the stars and the sun, the oceans and the deserts, mountains and the skies, and say, I am just a speck of dust inside a giant's eye. I am just a speck of dust inside a giant's eye. And when did Jean-Pierre ever really like the things she said, what she said about a giant and lemmings on a cliff? She said, I like giants, especially girl giants. 'Cause all boys think they're too big sometimes, regardless of their size. Never travel like to pull off to the side of the rug at it and jump into the ocean in my clothes. I'm smaller than a poppy seed inside a great big bowl. The ocean is a giant that can swallow me whole. So I swim for all salvation, swim to save my soul. But my soul is just a whisper trapped inside a tornado. So I float on my back and I hum and sing to be grounded, humbled and one with everything. And be humble. And everything and then I talked to Zombie ever nearly died when she said that the giant on the cliff wished that she was dead. The giant on the cliff wished that they were dead. So the giant told the lemmings why they ought to live instead. Thought of all the reasons why they ought to live instead. He made them reconsider all the shit that's in their heads. So we thank you, Jumpy, yeah, because you take things that are beautiful and turn them into friends. We all become important when we realize the goal is to figure out a role within the context of the whole. And rock and roll is fun, but if you've ever heard someone say you're huge, look at the moon, look at the stars, look at the sun, look at the oceans and the deserts and the mountains and the skies, and realize you're just a speck, just an amoeba on a flea on rats. Great supine invertebrate jellies. Yeah, rock and roll. Ladies rock. I'm Dolly Parton, and I'm here in Ireland, and I was not planning to perform tonight. But this young little cat here says he knows my song. So what is this Shamu? I was not planning to perform this evening. I wanted to do a version of that Miss Parton. I think we're still with Miss Parton. Miss Parton's still with us. About a traveller kid, an Irish traveller kid, and he got his horse or his pony. He hooks it up with a big fucking carriage. He skips downtown. I would feel like the king of the world. Yeah. To find out that everybody was just laughing at you and calling you weird and smelly for having a horse, and the police take your horse and carriage away. And I just didn't understand. Coat of many colors that my mother made for me. A great time for Joseph. A great time for Joseph. Ripped off. There's great looks. Play some more women, lady music. King of Dawson slap gun on. She was reunited with the father of her kid. He said, was not me, it was the booze. I know not what I did. She said, you filled the bath. No, I'm not doing it justice with her. I'm looking at the camera. She was reunited with the father of her kid. He said, it was not me, it was the booze. I know not what I did. She said, you filled the bathtub with my blood when you smashed in my head. You could go to hell, I'm moving on. It's only 9:30. I think I'm okay. You could go to hell, I'm moving on. And then she met her mother and she said, darling, I love you so. I said, why the fuck did you starve me and my little brother out in Soho? Well, we had it that we had to learn to dance and sing on streets. You could go to hell, I'm moving on. You could go to hell, I'm moving on. She was running from her man who called her wife. She was running from the woman that gave her life. She could find some way out to be sure. I've fallen down off that F major, 7 string. But no one could hurt her anymore. When she got there, the old man was holding a little pink tutu and a brand new pair to cut the old Creole pole dancing shoes. She smiled and said, "Excuse me, sir, do those belong to you?" He said, "Shut up, they're yours, now put them on." He said, "Shut up, they're yours, now put them on." The stage is bigger than every flat that she'd ever lived combined, and there were gigantic gargoyles there that were 3 times her size, and the mass of all the unicorns that ever fell to earth. She said, "In the book, Clara's actually blonde." "Excuse me, sir, Clara's actually blonde." And he said, "Yes, my little prima dancing girl, you're not so wrong from that. But my little prima dancing girls, they aren't always white. In the mass of all the unicorns that ever fell to earth," she said, "I died and went to heaven. I died and went to heaven. I was running from the man who called me wife. I was running from the woman that gave me life. But I could find some way out to be sure that no one would hurt me anymore." Women have no place in rock and roll. You were looking down on them, they were looking down on you. They were starched, they were pressed, or all disheveled. They were holding hands, they were ragamuffins, and they said, "We know that we're not pretty, we're on the same level. We've got plans, big plans, gonna change the world. Thoughts are material, doesn't make sense. All you do is hit snooze, watch the news, buy shoes, drink booze, make money, feel spent, and day after day after day, it's the same shit. Day after day after day, it's the same shit. Day after day after day, it's the same shit. Day after day after day, day after." So you look on them with that batting an eye, and you say, "Hey, little hippie, let your freak flag fly. Why don't you go and smoke a bowl? Your best tie-dye, get a tattoo of a dancing bear with an upside-down peace sign. You can talk some talk, but when it comes to real change, aren't you and all your hippie friends exactly the same? You sit around smoking bongs, pointing fingers, planting blame, drinking kombucha, and eating tempeh. Day after day, it's the same shit. Day after day after day, it's the same shit. Day after day after day, it's the same shit. Day after day after day, day after day." You're judging them while they are judging you, and you think that they're all assholes. Maybe you're an asshole too. Do we sit around pointing fingers, turn blue, or look for similarities in things we like and do? Yeah, but just because somebody's not think like me does not render them a clone or a freak. Maybe they love their job and they live their dreams and they like their friends and their families. Some people thrive between 9 and 5, and some people feel like they're going to aren't straight and their shoes aren't tied. Some people like numbers, some people grow organic heirloom cucumbers and only feel in their hands in the dirt, in a pair of old jeans and a black Sabbath t-shirt. It doesn't make sense to generalize, and it doesn't make sense to form a thought in your eye. You'll need more compassion, going to need to kind. When you open up your heart, you're going to love gin and tonic. Some nice bus drivers, and there are some bus drivers, and there are some nice cops in Madison, Wisconsin, baby. And there's teachers, and there are some shit teachers. Just because you're a shitty teacher doesn't mean all teachers suck, and no one is nice all the time. No one is mine all the time. Think what somebody's going through might be making them be mean to you. Like maybe their pet gerbil died, got real fucked up inside, or maybe they're just in a fight. Someone that they really like, or maybe they're just kind of shy. Don't know how to socialize. They just rather run and hide. Not saying something's justified. If you learn to empathize, situations metamorphosize. Ransoms no longer vaporize, and right before your very eyes, our capacity for judgment will be contemplated. You realize the whole fucking world is so complicated. Study chemistry, man. Study you're also complicated. Chemia's also complicated. I'm a white schizophrenic anemic mama's boy. It's been over 10 minutes since the last time I got high. I've got nowhere to be going, so I find I'm always there. People ask me what I'm doing. I say growing out my hair. The last one Easter in the rain and war is now I cannot come to terms with how convenient a store is. Friend showed me tomorrow and I now resent today. I wish I could make friends with the will away from all the shit they pump into the water and TV. I could know who I am or how I arse to be. I look to other people when I go to cross a road. Don't dig your golden calf, I don't dance with golden toads, cause I realize all ownership is theft in the first place, and the Superman is not the fattest rat in a race. There's lessons in this world, baby, and they're buried under treasure. To make it out of here alive is what I must remember. My ex-lover was a luck, an apple from a crooked tree gave her. She forgot to ever leave. I gave her a final cold. She was on, she was hurt, and the coolest little twister storm and took my world apart. And all happy, all consolation. Happiness is a damn old nation, but a little tempted these. Have to put you like this, breath to write this world, to get out and fly a kite. And I thought I wouldn't make it to see 33, but there's a fire not dead that burns inside of me. If I ever needed turbos, I'd rather run and hide, cause I like looking out the windows as my wall goes by. Looking out the window as my wall goes by. Looking out the window as my wall goes by. Now I'm 37, I'm glad to be alive. Watching Dan Corgan and Powell Peralta skateboarding, baby, keeping shit alive. No, skateboard tricks might be fun. You know, it's really fun on guitar. It's probably one of the most fun riffs. It's so stylish as well, isn't it? When you cut it on camera. It's nothing to do with Billy Corgan. Yeah, I see that. Yeah.